Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I was thinking about doing a video talking about the new event and how to kind of grind it out and how to kind of have a good time while doing it, because we have Naples of the East. And unfortunately, I can't really think of a way of doing it without kind of bringing up other topics because of the fact that Naval at this moment in time, at least for the area that I play, which is Naval Arcade, is in a pretty poor place because of the aiming changes that they made. Basically, they removed all of the skill from the game. When it comes to aiming, all you have to do is just turn while shooting, and it's pretty hard to actually get hit. And then also at the same time with the auto aiming, it's just made everything so dull. So since naval gameplay at the moment is in such a dull place, what I thought I would do is, instead of talking about what vehicles to use, because technically you could use anything of rank 3 and above, it's all brain dead right now. So you just either want to play the meta stuff, or you just, basically want to try your best at kind of just playing the stuff that you used to. And instead of going through that, I thought I would give other recommendations that you can do alongside playing Naval, which will keep you sane. So with Naval, one of the most important things about it is to have two screens or two monitors. The reason for this is so you can play Naval on one of them and then watch something on another one. This could include Netflix, Prime, Crave if you're in Canada, or many other platforms, even Crunchyroll if you like anime. So the whole point is to basically use Naval as a secondary kind of attention span thing while doing something else. And the reason for this is because it's a much better secondary than it is a primary in terms of attention span. Now, I know I'm sounding very ADD right now, but the basic thing is there is a lot of games out there, such as even AFK, MMO, or like other stuff like that, which are all designed around the idea of constant progression, where you basically turn your brain off or you let the game play itself. Naval at the moment in War Thunder is like that, so it's much better to do something alongside of it. What I would recommend is either investing in a treadmill or a stationary bike, and also a controller, so you can basically play Naval while on the stationary bike. And then also at the same time, you can listen to a podcast or you can watch something else. What I basically do is I've taken my computer, I have HDMI'd it to a big old like kind of TV thing that we have on a stand, stuck it in front of my stationary bike, and then what I do is I have a little kind of pad, it's kind of one of the Amazon Fire Kindle things. I think it's an Amazon Fire tablet. And what I do is I watch Netflix or watch YouTube and stuff with my wireless headphones in, while also kind of playing Naval with a controller. It works fantastically. It basically means that I get two stuff done at once, and also I don't have to focus on playing Naval. So that means that I get the event done super quickly, and also at the same time I get some exercise in, which is super important. One of the biggest issues with gaming right now is sedentary, so basically sitting there not really doing too much, which is fine if you have like an active job or you have an active life. But if you're a person like me, where basically a lot of the time I'm kind of sat down working, it's better to have that kind of like active part and then also go for walks afterwards, just to kind of stretch the muscles out. So that type of thing is really important and something that definitely should be kind of focused on. So overall, when it comes to kind of this naval event, the recommendations that I would give you to actually watch, because as I said, the primary should be whatever you're watching. I would recommend watching The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's a really fun film. Basically a Guy Ritchie film, which is on Prime. Guy Ritchie is one of those directors which he did stuff like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. He did Snatch. A lot of his films have kind of like that gangster kind of setup in terms of them, and I think they're generally really fun to watch. So it's well worth watching that and having a bit of fun with it. Also, at the same time, there is a bunch of like other kind of games or videos that you can watch. Maybe you could play some of those like kind of gacha games or clicker games while playing Naval. That could also be something. Rogue Heroes is also a very fun series, which is on Prime. That one also is incredibly fun to watch, and also it kind of links into War Thunder, because War Thunder's page of history right now is good old Paddy Mayne. Paddy Mayne is, one of the founders of the SAS, and in Rogue Heroes, which I believe was a BBC show, now kind of pushed towards everywhere else, one of the Irish actors who is now pretty famous. He was in Sinners and also a few other things. He's turning up everywhere because he's pretty good at basically playing the arseholey Irish dude. He's in Rogue Heroes, which is kind of fun. I'd also have a look at some other stuff, such as The King's Choice. That one was quite fun. It's basically a good old film, not just about the standard areas of the Second World War that you hear about. It's actually about Norway and the kind of role that Norway had with King Haakon at the time and what he decided to do during the war, which I think is actually kind of cool. You've also got the US version of Shameless on Netflix. That one's pretty nice and quite fun to watch. Basically, it follows exactly the same story as the UK version of Shameless, but with a US tinge. So it's kind of interesting to see. The other thing that would also be quite good if you're going for the coupon, on Netflix, Star Trek. Basically, all of the Star Treks are available. So if you're going for the coupon, if you're going to grind out a lot of Naval, I would highly recommend just watching all of Star Trek and basically playing alongside of it. The other thing as well is also focusing on other areas of War Thunder. So instead of just playing the naval side of things for however long this event is, you can play the other areas of it too and kind of have a good time with it. You could also watch Squid Game, which I need to watch season 3 of because I just kind of want to finish it off. Season 2 was pretty bad because obviously the guy was just trying to get paid. I get it. Like, I understand. The director made a very good first season and the second season, and he didn't get paid a lot for the first season. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to stretch this out as much as possible so I get paychecks. I get it. We've all been there. All good. Everybody's had that one project, which has somehow miraculously just taken a few weeks longer than it should have. Sometimes people got bills to pay, all right? I get it with Squid Game. I understand, but it's basically fallen flat on its face because of it, but I need to finish it off to get it done. So, I'd watch the first season. You can kind of watch it as just like its own show and then not watch the rest of it because there's no need. So there's plenty of movies to watch, plenty of free subscriptions you can get for a month. Stuff like The Last Kingdom's pretty fun if you enjoy, some good old Viking stuff. There's obviously Vikings themselves, Vikings of Valhalla. Downton Abbey is one of my favorite shows, by the way. Love some Downton Abbey. So yeah, Witcher, first season is very good. Peaky Blinders is great. Looking forward to the movie. There's a bunch of different shows that you can watch and a bunch of different things that you can do alongside of playing Naval, which is how you're going to complete this event. You could also watch streams if you want to come along to a tech stream and chat about stuff, or if you want to watch YouTube videos. That's what you should do to actually complete this event in the easiest and also most sane way possible, because I don't understand right now, after the aiming changes, how people can actually have fun, at least in Naval Arcade. Look after yourselves. Peace be with you. See you soon. Bye-bye. I'd just like to thank GMG Smiley, CD Beans, Chieftain Mike, EMN3 Galaxy, Tulio Pontecovo, Brendan Quinn, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Wartinder, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, B. Young, Ozzy Panzer, Alan Hacker, Liam Shear, Opium Prime, Lafouche, Sem, Aslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R. for supporting the channel.